Okay. Fuck the house. We are free. Epilogue. Oh. Oh, damn. So, did we... I don't know if we did... Unable to settle their differences, Hannah Wright eventually files for divorce from Luke Wright. For several months, they've become the subject of gossip and the mass media of in the city. In spite of this, the two have uncharacteristically remained tight-tipped on the circumstances of their separation. Though many assume it's the inevitable falling out stemming from the trouble during the couple's housewarming party. To everyone's surprise, however, Luke Wright quietly accepts the court's decision and disappears from the Evans-Harris life without creating much fuss. Even Hannah Evans has given birth to their child months later. The man is rarely seen around the family. Oh, damn! Merely leaving his children partly gifts in the mailbox whenever he's in town, never showing his face. You're a fucking you're a deadbeat, dude. With the right couple's separation also comes the Wright Evans conglomerate's split up. Although the Wright enterprise still manages to do well in the business, with Evans Incorporated back as a competitor, other tech league places its CEO and the company under legal spotlight months later. This time, however, with the Chief Inspector Harvey Lee's sudden absence, the businessman isn't able to escape close scrutiny. An investigation headed by LPD's Detective Inspector Ashton Frey, all of Wright Enterprises' illegal business dealings in the past 10 years come to light. Though his involvement with other crimes is still being investigated, the disclosure has caused an outcry, especially from the city's business sector. Sued on multiple grounds, the company is ultimately forced to shut down. Damn! Oddly, when Luke Wright steps out of his office one last time, there's only a small smile on his face. To avoid public outrage, the once affluent businessman immediately leaves the city. All of his bank accounts have been empty, including his Luxembourg apartments, leaving not a single trace or clue where he might be hiding. The last anyone has seen of the man was on a flight bound for Ireland. Till this day, no one has heard from him. Not even Hannah Evans. Even his people from the old Wright Enterprise, who have all been left to deal with the aftermath. Although, over the past few months after the situation has calmed, some have made claims of spotting him flitting in and out of the city, if only to check on those he has left behind. Following the company split, Hannah Evans reestablishes Evans Incorporated, becoming its CEO, like her late father always wanted for her. Though a bit out of practice and doubted by many people at first, the Evans-Harris quickly finds her bearings and proves to be every bit as talented in the business as her parents. Soon, under her management, the new Evans Inc. flourishes, becoming one of the prime investments and finance companies in Luxembourg City. Oh. With help from family and friends, Zach Steele is soon able to open a photography studio of his own. Something he has only dreamed of having as a child. Although he still hopes to get back to making idle indie films someday, client work and small projects has kept him mostly busy. Hectic as it may be, he can only be glad for the amount of work pouring in. It has made moving on from the incident in the Amber Garden mansion easier, if not faster. But while there are still nightmares with support of his family, doctor, and even his own drive, the dark images have finally turned into a pleasant dream. He's aware he won't truly forget, but he's no longer running away. At times when he's not busy or after a hard day's work, he thinks there's another story for the big film to be told in that. An idea he may soon turn into reality once his time affords it. Oh! Yay! Unknown to many, Hannah Evans has also played a huge role in getting Zach's new studio up and running. But for all of the latter's efforts and to try and thank the woman, she insists keeping her investment a secret, as she merely wishes to help out, having been impressed by his skills in the field during the brief time they've worked together. A working relationship that continues to this day, as he is the only photographer she seeks at every single event she hosts. Whether it's a simple social gathering or a company party. In recent months, however, many stated to speculate it may be more than what appears. A rumor that seems to grow, a rumor that seems to only grow with each sighting of the two together in the town on the weekend, and every visit Hannah Evans takes to the studio, said studio, staying for hours on end, sometimes even bringing her own children with her, who are especially fond of the photographer. Both has never directly answered what the really case between them may be, but whenever a soft smile appears in their face when asked, many have simply learned to take it as proof and can only wish the couple well. See, I like this. Hannah and Zach deserve to be together. I like her. I prefer Hannah with Zach instead of Luke. I mean, I did get Marianne killed. I don't know. I'm very curious to know what would happen if she was with Marianne, but that's another. I'll do that some other time. They are happy, and no one can fault them for it. In the months that follow, Rebecca Gales becomes a prominent researcher within Luxembourg's academic circles, especially after writing what she discovered about Aslam Village and the Amber Garden Mansion. With the help of Professor Andrew Clark, she is soon able to secure funding to continue her research, presenting her findings yearly at local international symposiums. Ooh, bless me. Now the tail end with her current study, she hopes to publish her first book correcting all inaccuracies in the city's current history, a move supported by both colleagues, students, and friends alike. though she knows she still has a long way to go before she can even begin to change people's minds about it. Professor Clark warned her as much. She perseveres, doing it not for herself, but the sake of a history, the future generation must never forget. No matter how disturbing her experience with the curse may have been, she remains the warrior she has always been. Even after what she has seen, she continues to fret over people she cares about, sometimes much to their frustration or embarrassment. But if there's one thing that has shifted, it's her relationship with people in their little group, particularly with Zachary Steele. In fact, on numerous occasions, she has been seen dropping by his new studio, bringing the man food on days when he's swamped with work. They also seem to have grown much more comfortable around each other than before. Maybe it's born out of their shared experience, or maybe the way they see each other has simply changed naturally due to the years they've known each other. Regardless of why, it's a change the man welcomes and appreciates. In turn, he strives to return her kind gestures whenever he can. For all the horrors they've seen, who would have thought something good will come out of it? Oh. Although not seen as frequently with his friends recently due to work, when Ashton Frey finds the time, he sometimes helps Rebecca with her research. Mostly just to help bring her research materials. Despite Rebecca's old feelings for the man, they remain good friends to this day. She never brings it up again after the night of her confession. Once is enough. While she still cares for Ashton as a dear friend, it is clear she has already moved on from her childhood crush. Finally accepting it as a part of her life that she has already gone by, much like everything has changed between them. And with this acceptance comes a more selfless person who genuinely cares for her friends, beyond any selfish feelings she used to cling to. Looking back at it now, she recognizes how things played out is certainly for the better, not only for others, but for herself. Oh, Isabella. With her newfound courage, Isabella Santos finally chooses to pursue what she really wants for herself. Having made enough to keep her family afloat for a few years, and with their blessing, she quits her job at Briar Realty Corporation and takes the scholarship offered to the local university. Hey, I don't blame her. I honestly don't blame her. They're remarkably out of practice, and sure, if she'll be able to keep up by the time she returns to university, she finds her feet soon enough with help from people close to her. And with her confidence in her skills growing, so do the number of people recognizing her and her work. It doesn't take long for several awarding-giving bodies to take notice of her. For all her accomplishments, however, she has never truly forgotten what happened at the Emergarten Mansion. I mean, it takes time. The images still remain in her, and only particularly unpleasant nights. The images still remain in her, and on particular unpleasant nights, terrors continue to visit her dreams. She knows those who won't disappear. She knows those won't ever disappear from her life. It has become part of her in the same way death has permanently taken from her. However, she's no longer afraid, and with a brave face, she carries on, earnestly wishing that someday she'll be able to paint brighter, more vivid thoughts on her canvas. An honest portrayal of life and hope amidst the fear. Shortly after the scholarship grant from Luxembourg University, Isabella moves from Salem residence in favor of staying in a dorm close to her campus. Although Rebecca Gale's quick offer to assistance for the move, she does admit she will be missing her neighbor for more than 5 years. When all said and done, she has become fonder of the girl over the years, and with their shared experience over the curse, they have only grown closer. Isabella leaves with a promise to visit every once in a while. And even though she still jokingly complains about Rebecca's bossy attitude, she confesses she also misses the woman's fussing. After all, in a place miles away from her real family, Rebecca is still closest she has to a sister. More than a year later, once everything in their respective lives have settled, Zachary Steele and Isabella Santos finally hold their first exhibit together, a project that has been making for almost 2 years after the photographer casually brought it up to the other artists. While merely intended as a small event, it has been surprisingly attended by several members of Luxembourg upper class and art enthusiasts. Although it's only a few of the pieces have been meant for sale, the show has brought prominence to Zachary and Isabella's name in the city's art scene. It has since been followed by several other exhibits by the two, both in and out of the city. Currently, they are planning to hold their first show overseas. Yet even with this unexpected, overwhelmed friendship between the two has remained strong. Theirs, after all, is a bond that goes beyond mere partners in a small project. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to use the bathroom, sorry. Oh. Following his success in bringing the Luxembourg firm case to a close, Ashton Frey receives a recommendation for transfer to Luxembourg's Lee Agency Against Organized Crimes. An enforcement largely eagerly backed by the newly appointed successor to the late Chief Inspector Lee, Abigail Harris. Knowing he'll have more resources, leeway, and a bigger chance at ultimately bringing Luke Wright to justice, Ashton Frey accepts. He still warns the people close to him against Wright and his associates, but only a friendly reminder now more than anything. Though he does worry, he believes they are wise enough to know what they are doing and trusts their agreement. For now, he has only decided to leave the evidence and the law to speak for itself and take care of the man once the proper time comes. Nowadays, police work and operations keep him busy, sometimes taking him away from the city he grew up in for days on end. A rare thing for him to enjoy once upon a time, yet this time he never loses his drive. Simply growing more determined after having found a clear purpose close to the rush and excitement he dreamed of as a child. Although Ashton keeps mum about specific details of his work, his experience with the curse has slowly taught him how to open up. especially to those who he knows genuinely care for him. He still has a long way to go, he knows that, but for the sake of the people who are still with him, those who have chosen to stay, he hopes that there will come a day when he no longer has to hide behind his own lies. A day when he is no longer afraid of facing the truth in his own words. Things have never been the same. Things have never been the same for Zachary and Steele and Ashton Frey. Oh wait, what? Oh fuck. Damn. Wait, what happened? Oh, damn. An argument ensues between the two shortly after they have been released from the Immigrant Memorial Hospital. Although the whys are vague and both have been tight-lipped about the matter, the fight has been broken off with the room evident only from bits of conversation bystanders have heard. Perhaps it is an old grievance that they have been holding against each other, only aggravated by whatever horrific things they've both gone through inside the mansion. Whatever the reasons, the two men have kept a considerable distance from each other since then. Oh, damn. Ashton gives the man a wide berth when encountered in a public place. Zach simply avoids the places the detective frequents. People who know them have simply assumed the spat will resolve itself in due. People who know them have simply assumed that the spat will resolve itself in due time. I don't know about that. I genuinely don't know about that. But for the two of them, the way things have panned out in due time may never even come to pass. Between the lingering trauma and their measly attempts at normalcy, it takes a few months for the awkwardness to finally lift for both Ashton Frey and Isabella Santos. Of several weeks trying to find their voice and remember how to act around each other, despite enduring many affections. But once the unease fades, there's only their usual banter and rapper to fall back on, the casual talk and friendly jibes. And for the both of them, it's easy, like breathing, like coming home after another journey. A comfort in spite of the things they have gone through. Their days may still be filled with petty arguments and light teasing, but in the aftermath, when it's all said and done, something constant has already forged between them. A quiet, steadfast thing that they both can hold on to as they carry on. Oh. So yeah, that was the letter. What are my overall thoughts on this game? Well, I can't say it's a game. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Dear you. Oh. So yeah, that was the letter. What are my thoughts on this game? I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed it. There are things, well, there are things I do like about this game. There are things I didn't like about it. I do like that there's voice acting. I do like the character's personality, and I also like how I just like the soundtrack. It's very great. What I don't like about it, I don't like how some of the voice acting can be a bit frustrating. I mean, not voice acting. I meant to say some of the quick time events can be frustrating. I think especially when I just don't like how you press the wrong button, you die, or press it too soon, you end up dying. It's just, yeah. Another thing, I didn't really like reading upon hours out loud, especially. Fuck. Zachary session. Ah, man. I'm still kind of bummed out I didn't get the romantic ending for Ashton and Isabella. But I'll try that some other time. As a matter of fact, I do want to see it though. Hold on. But this will have to wait. That'll have to wait for another time. Because like I said, there are other games that I did buy that I have not got a chance to play. But yeah, needless to say, I do want to see Isabella's romance. I do want to see the romance endings for a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I actually like this game. It's pretty good. I keep calling it a game, but it's actually a visual novel. But I mean, I think it's great. Will I be playing this again? Definitely, but I'm gonna see if I can get the romance endings. That being said, have a wonderful day. In the meantime, I'm out.